Hello, Griffins TV. I'm Connor McEntee, your host, and we're talking to Coach Brian Haddock, going into district playoff season and talking about the great season that you've been having so far with soccer.
Well, first, I just want to welcome you back to Vianney, Connor. Welcome you back to your alma mater, which is special for you, I'm sure. Getting here in the district season with our soccer program, we've had a really nice year. 17-5-2 is our record, and a really challenging schedule. As you know, a tough conference. We have some really good senior leadership, 14 seniors, which include 12 field players, 2 goalkeepers. All of those guys contribute in some way, shape, or form. And the players underneath them, meaning our few sophomores and juniors, have been a really good supporting class that have really kind of grown into the senior class, and I think it speaks to the leadership of those 14 kids. Very welcoming kids that have kind of created this amazing team bond that really has been stronger than I've seen, probably in the last 5 or 6 years. So it's been a special season, and we're just chomping at the bit to play a game against Fox tomorrow, with it being 3 days here off in a row. We haven't been used to that since August. So.
Yeah, and you brought up a great point about your seniors and leadership. How have your seniors really been stepping up in those leadership roles this year?
Well, we've got 4 captains. Let's start with those guys: Owen Robin, Logan Gable, Frank Homa, and Aiden Mayer. So all 4 of those guys play in different positions, number one. Number two, I think what's really nice about these 4 is that they're 4 different personalities. A couple are really quiet, a couple are a little more outspoken, and I think each personality kind of clings to a player on the team, so to speak. So there's an identification there for a younger player that might need help, have concerns, need a player, a leader to talk to. I think one of those 4 guys can kind of cling to each player. Other than that, when you talk to the rest of the senior class, they all have contributed in different ways on the field, and they're very versatile. So in other words, we've got some of these field players who, when they're on the field, they can play in 2 or 3 positions. And in a soccer match, when you just want to keep a guy on the field, maybe in a different spot, if he can help you there, I think it goes a long way.
Awesome. That's great. So district playoffs tomorrow, 2 p.m. against Fox High School.
Yep.
At the Hebe. How is playing at home going to be contributing as a positive factor?
Well, I think if you ask any of the boys, they've earned it. And, we are the host, and, to have some of their buddies and friends and family in the stands, maybe a few more than we would if we're on the road, can only help, because this team really believes, and it just goes back to that, hope versus belief. I think we all hope to win, but once you get to that belief that you can win, I think that's kind of when magic happens, and being able to play these critical games on your home pitch just helps in that belief, so we're really excited.
Awesome. And I love that you brought up belief.
Yep.
Has there been any type of key reminders or something that you're telling your players going into tomorrow to just keep in mind?
Yeah, great question. We've been talking about this actually all season. At our first practice of the year, each player, kind of as a bonding activity, got up and stood up and explained to their teammates why they play Vianney soccer. And it ranged from, their dad played in the program, maybe it's, a grandpa was connected, a brother, an uncle. There's a lot of tradition with Vianney soccer. And we've been reminded at every step of the way this year to always play for that why. Whatever it is that you play, you put that jersey on, keep doing it. And this week we kind of have revisited that, so that, now at district time, if you need any motivation, go back to that reason why you've played soccer, not just the sport that you love, but at Vianney.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what also is awesome is that on October 14th, you celebrated your 400th win. What a great milestone. And you were able to do that here at Vianney. How special was that for you?
Well, I guess it's a sign of age, so let's... No, it was special. It was a surprise. I knew about the milestone earlier that week from the state association, told my wife about it, and she was kind of sneaky behind the scenes, told a few people here. And after the victory on the Hebe, like you said, I wouldn't want it at any other place. It was a quality opponent, a rival school against Webster. And after we're shaking hands, everything kind of just, our athletic director, Mike Potts, who got on the on the mic and announced it, and it just, my jaw dropped, because I think at that moment, so many like emotions, speaking of, why I do what I do, kind of comes to fruition, and
Exactly.
having a loving family that lets me do this, that crosses my mind first and foremost. And then number two, the players. Just the amazing talent that has won those games is really special, because I don't kick a soccer ball, I don't make any saves, I don't make any passes, my playing days are over. We just hope as coaches that we get our guys in the right frame of mind to play a game, and that's all that a coach can do, with a little fun on the way. So you're relying on good players in every one of those wins. And that's number two. And the number three, the coaches and mentors that I've been blessed with, starting with my staff here, specifically Coach Marty Tote and Coach Jeff Robin, just countless years of experience at multiple levels that have been mentors to me. And then last but not least, I told that to our players. In life, if we could all have mentors like I have on this team with those two gentlemen, you're going to be a success. And that was the last thing I told the players after the game. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's great. I think can't let it off anything better than that. That was awesome.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah,
Coach,
thanks, Connor.
thank you very much. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. at the Hebe, Fox High School versus Vianney. Come out and support your Griffins.